So the new moon activated a lot of people last night, and there's a high chance that you were activated as well. However, I will be referencing to it as the Cancer new moon and not the Leo new moon. Cancer is where it is placed at in the Vedic astrology, and in my channelings too, I've seen Cancer and Leo supporting each other in beautiful ways. I hope that all of you are doing well as you tune into the channel today. As is customary, we will start off first with a set of pictures which are on your screen. Other than these pictures, you also have these 3 cards. These are actually posters of my wall. You also get 3 sets of colors. You could be wearing these colors or they could be around you. Do not overstimulate your intuition. Go with what is calling to you most, what feels like a synchronicity. And with that, I will see you at your reading. Hi, Group 1. Welcome to your reading. Right off the bat, I'm getting a message for you straight away from the moon goddesses, the moon mothers. And they want to tell you that if you want to move to a big city, the big city has got nothing on you. That's the first thing that I actually heard there. It was, the city's got nothing on you. I didn't exactly know if I was supposed to say it that way, but now I have got ahead and done it. So that big city's got nothing on you. Also, they're talking about certain political positions. I don't know if there's some sort of politics that you're involved in spiritually. Look, politics is everywhere. It's in spiritualism. It is in, what else is there? Apparently, that's all that I do in my life. But spirituality, in work, in school, education, everywhere, there is politics, and you're involved in something of that sort. You can do this. You can fight this. You can not just fight it, but because of your righteousness, because of your records, it's almost a mother goddess. I just got mother goddess in, very strong energy for you. So mother goddess is saying here that whatever this is, because of your past record of honesty and of having helped a lot of people, there's some form of legal or political issue that you're getting out of, whether it's friendship politics or maybe there's politics involved within a relationship that this is, but you're getting out of it in a very good way where you're the victor, you're the winner. And that's the biggest message here, that you're going to conquer something with this particular new moon activation. By the way, whenever you do find this reading, this activation, the reading is working for you. I have a very strong feeling that you and I, group number 1, we have this in common where I have this strange thing where I, even if I don't want to, end up getting a lot of attention on me. Like even if I play very low, I am very like quiet or whatever, and I'm in a surrounding, either something will break around me, and it's like a weird phenomena that happens, that something noisy will happen around me and I'll end up being in the center of attention somehow. I don't know why they're referencing that from my own life, because it's something that I've been running away from, but it keeps happening anyway. And they just keep saying that you are supposed to be the center of attention. Do not run away from that. You're much brighter than the lights that they are showing outside. When they are saying lights, they mean like, all the fame, the popularity, all of that. And they're just kind of referencing that even if this was like a room full of celebrities and you were to walk in, somehow you would still be the center of attention. Okay, and that's what they're referencing. And this isn't to like make you feel like to like boost you up or to give you a pat on the back or like to compliment you. They're just saying that it's a part of the activation, that you're going to have a lot of eyes on you, a lot of attention on you. You're just going to be very, very desirable for a lot of people. So I think they just want to say that embrace that energy and make use of this energy while it is there with you. All right, that being said, what I'm going to do now is take your marbles. Okay, so the first expansion with this activation that's happening is with your third eye. You're going to receive much stronger visions. I also see for a lot of people that your sleeping pattern is changing largely because of these visions. Maybe you're not able to sleep at night or whenever you sleep, and you have to shift it towards a different time, because whenever you're sleeping, it's just your dreams of becoming too vivid and it doesn't feel restful. They're also asking you to ground yourself in a lot more in creative work, where you do get in a good amount of exercise and eat like heavy food like cashews or almonds or walnuts. This is food that is going to feel very solid to you, like granola. Like, this is solid food. They keep referencing something which is quite dense in its composition, but it can be a little difficult to digest. So it's a part of your activation to shift your diet towards a heavier feeling in your gut, because you're going to need that to ground in, because the visions are going to be very light. They're going to be very airy. Your head can feel very like in the clouds. So that's what they are suggesting. Another thing that I'm noticing for you here is there's things that you will realize you have kept to yourself, that you have needed to say for a very long time, but you somehow kept prolonging it for later. And it's just that I see you putting a lot of things on hold just to get your voice heard. In a lot of ways, the example they're giving me is there's like a fight that you have had with, let's say, somebody in your family, and that happened 2 years ago, and now you're leaving. You're taking a flight, you're going to meet that person just to have a conversation with them. Now, this might seem very silly to you that, oh wow, it was a fight 2 years ago. Isn't it very petty to leave everything, just take a flight only to have a conversation with them? It's needed. It's a part of your activation to do these unseeming things, like these weirdly 3D or petty or materialistic or superficial, all these kinds of things, and this extends to a lot of other stuff as well, like whether it is purchasing something very fancy, expensive that other people, again, they're giving the word unseeming of you. It's not sophisticated. Even some of the stuff can look tacky or too fancy, but you're doing it because it's you. You're doing something. They're saying it's kind of loud, but you're finally getting yourself heard, no matter what the cost is. That's what they're referencing again. So what I'm going to do now is take the oracle cards for you. This is the Tree Wisdom Oracle deck. If any of you are interested in this deck, then not in this deck, in any of the decks that I'm using, to mention it, because I'll make sure that I comment back in the comment section. We have the Sugar Maple, and we have the Hornbeam. I keep hearing change like the seasons over and over. They're saying that when you do show people how, okay, this is kind of controversial, but I'm going to go out and say it anyway. You might be like a little bit of like a shapeshifter energy, where what is that particular kind of witch that I know? There's a particular kind of witch who mimics other people's energy, and that's like a superpower. What is it called? Siphoning somebody's energy. Yeah, so you might be very good at reading somebody's character traits, personality, the way they speak, etc., and then copying it. They're saying that embrace this part of you, because it's going to be very beneficial. It's actually for the good that this was given to you. In spirituality, not in spirituality, I would like to say in my specific journey, what I have seen is that I was given a lot of shadows, which were bad traits, which were not acceptable in society. And I felt very guilty for having these traits, whether it was needing more attention, whether it was feeling extremely competitive, and I was made to feel bad about it, as if it was bad to want more for myself or want something very specific, that I was too opportunistic at times or too demanding, too picky. I was given all of these things, and it was in my spiritual awakening and healing that I realized that all of these things were never bad things at all. They were actually portals of opportunity, portals of growth, expansion. They were the key to the true me, to being the different imprint that I am. Even though we are one single soul in different bodies, but this different body, it identifies itself with these vortexes, whether it's being too needy, too clingy, too demanding, too what, I stopped finally labeling myself, and I feel that that's going to be a big part of your activation. But with a Hornbeam card, I definitely feel, and this reading is guided by the Moon Mothers, Mother Moon and Grandmother Moon, and the High Priestesses of the Moon. That's why I put that in the thumbnail. Well, they're not exactly how the priestesses look, but That's the best I could get online anyway. So so that's what they're saying, that as you change and shift and you take on the shapeshifter energy, it's almost like entering your villain era, where what everybody projects onto you, you're embracing it. You're like, yeah, that's who you think I am. That's exactly who I will be, and I'll be like 10,000 times more powerful than you think I am. And when that happens, there will be people trying to bring you down, because you will rise up the ranks, is what I hear. Almost, you will be rising up and people will try to bring you down. So at this time, it will be important for you to practice energetic protection, spiritual protection, but more than anything, your guides would like for you to practice actual, practical protection, is what they're saying. Like, practice setting up boundaries, practice saying no. Specifically for many people here, I'm getting that you have trouble saying no to certain individuals in your life. So I want to take these two. Do I want to take a separate card? I'm going with these two. And they're saying take back of the deck energy. We have the Wheel of Fortune for you. Yeah, they keep referencing here that there's just going to be a lot of opportunistic energy around you, where like you will, yes, get the chance to make the best out of certain opportunities, but at the same time, other people will try to get the best of you. So you'll have to start practicing saying no, getting out of tricky situations, making up excuses. It will feel a little pretentious to you in the beginning. It won't feel, what they're saying is, it won't feel very ethical at times what you're doing, but you'll have to do it for the long-term future, for the greater good of your own future. That's what they're referencing here. We have the Emperor. I told you, right? You are definitely making some kind of big leaps or taking on a really important position somewhere. Just I see people listening to you and you commanding a lot more respect and just making demands of people, and they have to listen to you no matter what. We also have the Moon card. You might have a connection with group number 2. So that's just what's coming forth for now. I hope that you can see. Okay, so they're also referencing the fact that this activation is going to be a big important checkpoint for you to actually confront yourself and say to yourself that I've always wanted to be at the top of this game. I've always wanted to be the best here. I've always wanted to be known as, hey, this person, like group 1, they're an expert at this. They are so trustworthy. They are so powerful. They're legit. They're authentic. That's what they're saying. And you're not an imposter. You can really work hard for your dreams. And that is why this activation is so important for you to take hold of what you truly want and admit to yourself that I genuinely want this. I'm not playing about. This is a true, it's not just a desire, it's a soul call. It's a purpose that I feel inside my heart that I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to have this. It's a call inside my soul that I feel. It's not just, what was it? Yeah, like just a infatuation with a particular thing. And this is what the activation is, the biggest function that it's playing in your life. I'm also seeing that I am slipping, my tongue is slipping, and that usually happens when I'm getting in a lot of light code, light language, where I have to communicate specific ideas, and they kind of throw a lot of metaphors at me, or they give me a lot of storylines, or maybe that's the way you think as well, that you think in terms of stories and metaphors and songs, and that's just how you process situations, by kind of maintaining a distance from them, by externalizing them as a situation. It's almost like you step out of the movie. I believe I referenced this in some other group, but you step out of the movie and you look at it, and then you make sense of it, and then you go right in and you start playing your part again. But it's like you have an advantage because other people cannot step out of the movie screen, but you can. So that's what they were trying to show me right there when I slipped, when my tongue slipped. Oh, wonderful. So I'm glad that I could get the message across. I'm going to continue taking your cards. They keep saying that this activation is a confrontation with the powers you already have and all that you wish to achieve while you are incarnate upon this planet, while you are living this lifetime. This activation is about being very raw and very honest, being very radically honest about what you want from your life, from your relationships, from the people who surround you. we have the Two of Swords, and this is in reverse. Yeah, this activation is like the taking away any form of confusion, dilemma that you might be in. Should I do this or should I not do that? It will become so clear to you because your heart is like, there is no question of should I or should I not. We want this. We definitely don't want that. We definitely do want this. We've wanted this for centuries. Why are we, going round and round in circles? We should just go chase after it. We should go crazy and chase after it. Whatever this translates into, whether it's career, whether it's a connection that you want to pursue, whether it's a course, educational course, whether it's moving countries or cities or whatever this is, a big transition, a big decision. It's like you're really being very real and being like, yes, I want this. I've been wanting this for a long time. I can't lie to myself anymore. And this activation is a lot about that. We also have the Queen of Swords. Again, a lot of clarity. You're not like beating about the bush. Like, this is no nonsense approach towards your own life, towards your own dreams, what you want to accomplish, the impact that you want to leave behind. What do you want to be remembered for? What's my identity here? And they're also saying that this activation is going to make you a lot more savage. They're referencing Wednesday, like you'd have the energy of Wednesday, and they're actually showing Wednesday from the older, the black and white. It wasn't black and white. It's just I remember that Morticia's makeup was it was such that she used to look black and white, except just her eyes were not. There's something about you that way as well, where you're like Morticia and Wednesday. You're like a mix of them. It's an abstract message, but that's what it's saying. But it's like you're the mother and the daughter combined. And there's parts of you that other people will perceive as black and white, which you are intentionally keeping black and white because you're maintaining your distance, right? You're setting clear boundaries. You don't want people to see all your colors at this moment because you yourself are shifting so quickly that you need to assess your colors before anybody else sees them. They're asking you to be strategic, to look at yourself, to assess yourself, be very self-aware, because if you're not aware of yourself, other people will take advantage of you. And that is usually the case. And it's so interesting that this matches exactly with the kind of shadow work that I'm doing. Tongue slipped again. The kind of shadow work that I'm doing recently, which is that I don't acknowledge parts of myself, but it shows in my energy. And even people who are not like spiritually out there, just regular 3D conditioned people, I don't like to say 3D like in a bad way, but yeah, I would say conditioned people, even they can read my energy and be like, hey, this looks like a weak point for her, let's take advantage of that. The more you're self-aware, the less people can take advantage of you. And that is another revelation that this activation is about. It's giving you, and you've already had it actually. It's just a matter of admitting it to yourself that, heck yeah, that's true. I have to be more self-aware. Otherwise, people do tend to try and take advantage from you for whatever reason, but they do it. So there's only a part of you which will be visible to others. It's like they see the colors you want them to see. There's so much with the Emperor card and the Queen of Swords. There's so much like taking back control. With the Moon card, there's going into your own depth, going deep, and I just got like there's like a civilization inside you that you haven't discovered, and you're going really deep into that and discovering everything about yourself before anybody else can come in and intrude on who you are, on your energetic imprint. And this activation is a realization of sorts. It's a reality check that it was much needed, and you knew that it would happen anyway. So it's just like a confirmation that if you're experiencing any of this, then yeah, it's real. It's not like in your head or something. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse, and I'm going to take top of the deck. We have the Five of Coins. It's very interesting because you've got cards that appeared both in group number group number 2 and group number 3. I jumble up groups, so I've recorded them before yours. Anyway, so you've got cards with both of them. So some of you will have a message in group 2, some of you will have a message in group 3. I felt the need to say it in the very beginning, but I stopped myself. But spirit is magical, and now here we have it. Anyway, so this is another call for you to look at yourself and see that in a lot of ways you hold yourself prisoner by telling yourself that you are not as strong, that you are not as talented, that you are not as deserving. And these are almost like ways for you to I keep hearing, I don't want to hurt others. I don't want to work at my full potential because I'll hurt others if I do that. It's like you're afraid of your own power, group 1. And this activation is making you confront the reality that if you don't start working with your power, you will lose out on yourself, and you are the biggest blessing you will ever have upon the planet. I'll be very honest, this is just not in your case, this is in all of our cases. If we can lose out a million things, we can lose beautiful relationships, and we lose people in the physical, to death, and we never lose them, but in a way we do. We can lose a lot of things, but when we lose our true selves, when we lose our true connection to who we really are, no loss compares to that. No loss does, really. I'm saying this from personal experience. It's like being dead while your eyes are open, you're breathing, but you're like dead. And this activation is really making you realize that if you do not answer the call of your power, of the power within you, you might lose yourself. And this is a call from Mother Moon to unconditionally love yourself, accept yourself, embrace yourself, and tell yourself, I will give myself what I want, what I desire, be it for good or for bad. I will do it because I've been resisting it for a long time, and I'm living my life in a fragmented way, and that's not fair to me and to the people who surround me and to life itself. So you're going to honor life by embracing yourself. You honor yourself, you honor all of creation, I promise you. I feel so much for you. I feel that I'm so deeply connected to you, group number 1. The initial energy, I felt like I'm stepping from the outside, like I'm a complete stranger. And now I feel like I'm speaking to myself. And maybe that's something that you experience, that you feel like a sudden stranger from yourself and you struggle to remember who you are. But this is what this activation is about. That remember who you are for once and for all, and remember it always. Never forget. Spirituality is an act of remembering. We are remembering who we are. Wow, and the rain just started. There's a cricket that's chirping. There's a single guy somewhere. I must be in the room. Amazing confirmation. Mother Earth loves you. Nature loves you. You're highly protected. And Mother Earth just kind of came in saying that I'm ready to spoil you if I have to. I don't mind that at all. I'll keep you protected from everything. I want you to experience supreme self-love. And this is what the activation is about. I really, really hope that this message was able to lift you up in any way at all. If it did, I would really appreciate it if you could like the video and comment your experience. It really makes my day, and it also helps my channel. If you're new, consider subscribing. That way I can channel more messages for you. And even if you cannot do any of this, I love you so much. I am so grateful that you're here with me. I hope that we get to connect again very soon. Until then, namaste. Take care. Hi group 2, welcome to your reading. Immediately the first thing that I sense for you is this massive crown expansion. I'm launching into it straight because it's the first thing that's just hitting me out of the ether. They're also referencing the eagle spirit for you, and they're also talking about, when I say they, I am referring especially to the moon energies, as well as the priestesses, as well as goddess moon, mother moon. They are referencing all this. They keep saying that you are not one, you are many, you are infinite. And they do show me that there's this influx of animal spirits that kind of takes over your body. I'm able to see even small animals and creatures like worms inside you, but not as if limited to your body, but not limited to anything, a part of your entirety, your soul. It's like your astral body is expanding a lot and taking over everything that's around it. If at this time you do experience something like being in an animal's body, being in, let's say, some other human being's body, it's kind of in alignment with the energy of the activation that you have received. I feel like if you are already like very empathic, what's happening for you is that this empathic ability is growing into, you know how empaths are there for the betterment, improvement of the world, but there's like the activation needed for many empaths is how to set boundaries and how to access which body, which emotion, which person, animal, insects, feeling, when to access it in order to purely gain information and not for the feelings, right? Not doing it unconsciously, but doing it in a much more conscious way. And I feel like that is what is being made clear to you. So any kind of, like, they keep saying blurred lines around setting boundaries, these are being erased as a part of this activation that you might have received this new moon. And this is a timeless reading in the way that if it finds you, then it finds you. Energies have a way of working through all kinds of human things, even digital algorithms, and finding people. It's in our words, it's in our energy, it's in our presentation, it's in, our energy imprint is even more prominent digitally. It's something that I just want to share. Perhaps it means something to you. I will be taking marbles, but I'm not going to be using my basket as I did in the last reading, just to see what's going on. Yeah, so kind of that way. You see, this is your root chakra, and this actually talks about your third eye and your crown, and these are sort of rising. This is the formation which talks about rising. So when the root chakra rises, it leads to massive psychic expansion starting at the very crown, where you might even feel like an imposter within your own body. You might look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I don't identify the person I'm looking at. I'm so many things, I'm so much, I'm everybody. So it's not just like an empathic sensation of, oh yeah, I can feel everyone, but it's like a deeper knowing that I am everyone. I really am everyone. We are all born from this one amazing source, and you remember that source. I feel like that's what's happening for you. I just keep seeing over and over again etheric energies entering and leaving your body, like you've become a perfect channel for them, as if there's just no blockage in your energy. There's no concept of being male, female, between, beyond. There's just being for you, like I am presence, like I am, that's it, that's all I have to know. So so that's pretty huge, I have to say. I also hear for you, I can see for the first time. So maybe this is, you are somebody who is just opened up to your spiritual nature, or just opened up to your divinity. If that is so, there will be practical applications for the activation that has just happened with you. You will find yourself saying much more controversial things. But you have to be really careful around this time, group number 2, because I feel that the material that you will be talking about outside among your friends, it can be extremely triggering for them. It can lead to some lashback from them, because right now you're almost like at this peak adrenaline level where you are saying the truth as it is, and people are not always prepared for that. So I feel that a part of your responsibility which comes with this activation is knowing that now that you've confronted almost this truth of the world, and you're ready to say quote-unquote controversial things, but the right things, you're ready to stand up for what you believe in, even if it makes others uncomfortable. You have to still see that it doesn't affect your foundation of life in a way that nobody attacks you to such an extent that you start feeling threatened, because that sends this energy, this message to the energy that has visited you with the activation. It sends the message that you are not taking care of it, you are not responsible for it. And when such an energy visits us, we have to use it with caution, because we want to communicate to it that since the sacred energy has visited us, we are capable of using this with wisdom as well as with cautiousness, right? By being cautious. So I'm just going to keep these here on the side. So I will be using the Tree Wisdom Oracle today. If you want to know what cards I'm using today, please mention it in the comment section. I'll make sure that I reply. So I do connect with the tree spirits more than anything. I'm taking, oh wow, Eastern Cottonwood, one of my most favorite plants. It's used in a lot of Native American traditions. Maybe you already have a connection with Native American traditions, right? And we also have the ash tree, and it takes us to the Nordic culture, the Nordic, Celtic, Scandinavian, Germanic traditions. So any of these 2 geographical locations could be coming up for you at this moment. There are messages coded within geographical locations that I can hear Mother Moon saying is important for you. She's also specifically talking about the need for you to be extremely flexible during this time. She's appreciating as well that you have held the strength while being timid. I wonder what this means, but the way she's showing it to me is, although you are this person who looks very inviting and kind and compassionate, and that's who you really are. But there's this fire burning within you which allows you to be fierce, to stand up in a way that can surprise and shock and even completely leave others dumbfounded, is what I hear when the opportunity for that arises. And I feel with this activation, you're being called to do that more and more, but you have to do it. They are saying, the spirits are saying that you have to do this when there's a sisterhood or a brotherhood present. These could be your close friends or a community you connect with, because it's almost, what I see is shamanic in its nature. It's so trance-like that when you do express your rage, you will not entirely be in control in the social sense, like how human beings expect you to be in control. So there's something about you being very animalistic, but in its very pure, raw sense, where the activation is making itself known to you by your rage, by your expression, freedom, your voice, the strengthening of your voice is what I hear. And you're mastering this aspect of yourself, which has continuously been a healer, a psychic, a shaman, an oracle, a reader of energies. You're mastering it in a way where you've decided what you want to do with it. You've decided where it's going to take you. Even if it's got financial aspects to it, you're deciding that this is what I'm going to get out of it. If you're going to completely do this for pleasure and not finances. So there's like definite decisions that you're taking as to your career, which is directly linked with your spiritual beliefs. That's a part of this activation. The new moon energies in general are for sowing new seeds, setting new intentions, etc. So I feel like that might be like a new intention that you could be setting for yourself. All right, I will take the tarot now. Oh, okay, we immediately got like a flip. Love that. We've got number 6, the Lovers, and we have the Tower. I can honestly relate with this energy so much. The energy out here, it's kind of a glimpse into this trickery that you have been facing in your life all along, which is like other people come up to you and ask you to make a choice, like this or that, or life in itself somehow turns out where you've got to choose between two things and you can't have them both. And it's like a tower moment where you're looking at both the choices and going that either I'm going to have both, or I'm going to not have, or I'm going to have nothing. And I absolutely relate with this, because that's how it was with my spiritual path as well. Because either I had to choose completely to lean into my spiritual existence, or I had to completely, be a little more 3D. Not to say that I have a problem with the 3D. I respect 3D, and the 3D has very strong magic in itself, but it was really a choice that I was given by my circumstances and the people my family was very supportive, but in the beginning there was definitely this divide that I had to face, that it's either completely spirituality or it's got to be something very earthly, like joining a business or something of that sort. And then I found a way to do both of these together in my own unique way. I'm still trying to figure it out, because come on, like, nobody's perfect. I said that with sarcasm. I am bad with expressing my emotions at times, especially when I'm channeling. Anyway, so sticking to the message, sticking to the energy right here, that's what I feel for you, that you don't have to be choosing this thing or that thing, that you can have all of it together. Because the emphasis, from the very beginning, the spirits have been saying that we are everything. We are not just one thing. We cannot be confined. And that's what you are understanding more and more about yourself as well, that you will never be confined. So there is nothing like a choice, because you never have to make a choice. So that's really strong. I wonder how this translates for you in like your day-to-day life. But anyway, okay. Glad to see cards, as always. We have the Fool. Yeah, this is like a very, I'm not going to say it's like a brand new start or a brand new journey, but it's like a beginning, or like a message, I would like to say, that you've been waiting to hear, that you can go after whatever you want, pursue it without having to choose something or sacrifice something else in order to have that. That you can slip and fall and you'll still have a safety net. You can make mistakes and you'll still be secure. Like, duality will exist where you are allowed to I don't know why there's an emphasis on allowing yourself to make errors, allowing yourself to be dark or shadowy, because despite your shadows, the light is there with you, around you. I feel like this initiation is so all-encompassing, where you're able to look at the parts of you that are unhealed, that still make you, quote-unquote, act out, and still accept them as extremely holy, because that is how we heal them. That's always the case. No matter what others say, we always have to accept ourselves in complete holiness. We've got the Nine of Swords and we've got the Knight of Swords. It's got a rhyming to it, like 9 and Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords actually is the energy which is a little, like, if you put it in a hierarchical way, it is a little lower to the Queen and the King. And that's because the Knight of Swords is said to be extremely heady. Like, they follow instinct like this. They don't think, they don't look left and right, they just cross the road. And I feel like that's this initiation, this activation. It's not an initiation. I feel like you've had many initiations, and it's just activations for you every single day, every single moment. There's something in you which stirs up and gets you moving. And this particular activation from previous night, and the siren this in my town just went off, which is a total confirmation that you're supposed to really dive into this head first. We also have this rooster here, so I just heard that you've got to be a little cocky about it, because if you're not cocky about it, you will not start to play small, but you might not be able to break free from the pattern that this initiation, this activation, I keep saying initiation for some reason, I wonder why, but yes, you might keep yourself playing small, which is the exact energy that this activation wants to free you from. So if this resonates, then for this group, it's really important to take some decisions which might seem heady or not thought through or a little careless. But you remember the very first message that we got in the beginning, that these might leave other people shocked or dumbfounded, or leave them, kind of struggling to get in grips with what you're doing. So if you definitely have like a close circle of friends who can support you, who understand the significance of such a spiritual activation, that it's a series of actions. Activation is, it will show itself in the physical. You will be speaking, walking, acting, moving, eating different. You will be doing things differently, and you do need a safe circle which is accepting, in order to first test the waters before you launch yourself into the 3D mundane reality of people who might not be on the same level of, I would like to say, being spiritually radical, being healing at a really fast pace, light years. I just heard healing like light years. So that's really profound. I wonder if I should take these cards. I wanted to take another set of oracles, but kind of want to keep going with the tarot itself. I'm going to take this one. I do see these two, but I will take these two. All right. This is so amazing, because talk about the moon, and we just got the moon card for you. It's such a beautiful moon card. Yeah, we have the Hangman, and we have the moon, and we also have the Three of Swords. Let me align these in a way where they all look a little... The Three of Swords is taking me back to the very first message, where it is heartbreaking for you to be making a sacrifice, leaving one thing and choosing another. It's an actual heartbreak. It's very painful. And it isn't greedy or anything for you to try and have everything all at once. This activation is a true confrontation of what you desire out of life. And if during this time you feel that you have it in you, and I believe in your energy group too, that you do have it in you to go after it all, to give it a solid try. Because with the Hangman, you're looking at the Three of Swords and you're looking at the moon. The moon represents our hidden aspects. You're looking at them and you're confronting your simple desire that I do want it all, that I do not want to be choosing this or that, or constantly strategizing as to what it is that I deserve to have in life or what I don't deserve as yet. I do not want to put myself through the game of, oh yeah, this makes sense right now, that doesn't make sense right now, save that for later. You don't want to keep strategizing because that just sucks the joy out of you. And I just heard that sucks the colors out of your life. So you do want to give it like a very solid try during this time with this activation. And as a hanged man, the hanged man, it does represent an energy of like, it's very similar to the ash tree. You know, it is at the ash tree that Odin was hanging from. I think it was the ash tree that Odin was hanging from. Was it some other tree? Anyway, but the hangman and the ash, they're actually the same. They're from the same story in esoterica, if you look into it. So it is from the tree that a spiritual being hangs upside down, which shows the opposite flow of blood that flows towards the brain. It leads to fast thinking, but it's almost deadly. And that's what you're doing. It's like you're playing a risky game here by taking a gamble for your risk. But the hangman sees everything clearly. It's a place where you're hanging upside down, knowing that it's okay to put your life at stake. Sorry, I had to catch my words there. Because it is, if you don't put it at stake right now, if you don't call the shots right now, if you don't gamble right now, then life would not really be worth living at all. You are putting your life at stake for your life's sake. That is why it is so important to do that. And that's such a strong message because, you know, that's what we do. We keep our life on hold, you know. We'll make retirement plans. We'll save up. That is when we'll do this. Like we keep postponing living our life. And the hanged man represents that go ahead, live your life right now. Because if you don't live it now, you've missed the chance. You've missed the chance. You think you're saving the chance for the future. But who's seen the future? Let's be very honest. You know, whatever prophetic visions I get, it's been very clear to me in my journey so far that it's all a series of if and that. If this happens, then that happens. If this happens, then that happens. I would like to say the certain timeline that this will for sure happen. It's a very small window which is given to us in the form of the now. That's why everybody is, even as a sage, as a yogi, a mendicant, you know, that's how they used to practice back in the day. Everybody practices perfecting the art of living in the now because that is the only power we truly have. And seeing prophetic visions, it's truly, trust me, it is a series of if and that, if and that. Whenever I do readings or if I see visions for people, it's always if and that. And that's what I tell people as well, that look, if this happens, then that happens. If this happens, then that happens. There's no definite thing where, oh yeah, this is going to happen in your future. It's not set in stone. And that's the best part about our life, isn't it? Anyway, so that came in as a bit of a more of a general message, but I feel it has a big significance for your group too. And that's the message that I have for you. If you really found it helpful, I would appreciate it if you could like the video and comment your experience. That gives me a chance to connect with you, to get to know you, connect with your energy. If you're new, consider subscribing because that way I can channel for you more. And it definitely does help my channel. And even if you cannot do any of this, I love you so much. And I send you so much love and gratitude for being with me here in this space. I hope we get to connect soon and I get to channel more for you. Until then, namaste, take care. Hi, group 3. Straight away as I am heading into your pile, the first thing that I hear is a lot of music. I'm hearing something from Ed Sheeran. I don't know exactly what that song is, but maybe that music has got something to do with you. But there's also something about freeing you from a karmic situation. They're giving me the example of a job where your company or whoever's hiring you themselves, they come to you not with a severance letter, but they kind of change your position or they help you move to some other job or shift to some other job. So without you having to do something, you're being freed from a very karmic situation that has its claws dug inside of you. I'm hearing that this is a karmic relationship for many. This could be with a parent, with a friend or whoever, but it's in a way where things are good, then things are bad. The person is unpredictable. They've never been exactly too dependable for you. There's usually volcanic interactions where even if there's sweet moments, there's a lot of negative moments as well that you'd rather just not have. And, you know, you just want to do away with the whole thing than be in the relationship. The person themselves are choosing to let you go. It's your time to be free. It's your time to run free, is what I hear. And for you, the next new moon is also going to be very, very powerful, is another thing that I'm getting. You also have a very strong connection with group number 2, and maybe you have a connection with group 1, but much strongly with group 2. So that's just the initial energy that I'm picking for you. Right, so as I'm saying this, they're also saying that this particular group, whether you've clicked it by accident or whether you just were directed to it by the numbers, or however you picked this group, whoever is here, whenever you're watching this, it doesn't have to be at the time of the new moon. The message is timeless. Whenever you find this, you are being blessed by the energies of the moon. As it is, this reading is being looked over by the moon spirits, the mothers of the moon, mother moon, grandmother moon, the priestesses of the moon are looking over this reading, and they seem to be particularly fond of you. You have a gentleness, a serenity, a harmonious nature to yourself, where you are so loving and kind and compassionate, and it doesn't take a lot from you, a lot for you to tune into the love frequency and start being nice to someone, offer your kindness to someone. You are just flawless, is what I hear in the eyes of the moon goddesses. You are flawless. They really appreciate you, and they're holding you. The vision that they are showing me is literally, it's moonbeam. The goddesses are made out of the moonbeam, and they're just light, and they're holding you in this embrace and cooling different parts of your body. Different parts of your body, these have been affected by karmic relationships mostly. I see that because of being very empathic, and you can be a Cancer moon rising or sun sign. You could be also a Leo, but also I'm getting scorpionic energies here. I'm also getting Taurus and Virgo. So anyways, I just got a lot there. But placements in this case would be moon prominently, and the ascendant as well as Venus. Wow, and astoundingly, I just looked up at the timer and it said 333. So maybe you're the pile for which I said in my last reading that you are the child of Jupiter and the child of Venus. And I keep hearing over and over again that you are blessed. You are lucky. And they're saying that you're not lucky because you believe in manifestation, or you have just inculcated the idea of being lucky. It's because you truly are lucky. You truly are blessed. Even if you don't feel that you're lucky, the universe will create situations, give you blessings, give you encounters that make you feel eventually in your life, you'll look back and look at your life and be able to say that, yes, that was a really, really blessed life. Wow. So really, really beautiful energy for you. I'm just going to take the marbles right here. The first center, which is trying to liberate yourself during this activation, is your sacral. And I'm not surprised that it is your sacral. Other than your sacral, it's your root, so the lower two chakras. What happens with the lowest energy centers is that they would require a lot of action from your solar plexus. So this is just, please bear with me because I'm trying to give you a piece of information that I feel it can like help you out. So it's a little descriptive and preachy, but anyway, so you know how they say like the heart center is where we all get connected from, but traditionally it used to be the solar plexus, because the solar plexus is where we put in action from, and energy as well as the physical world is connected at the level of action. So right now, a lot of action is happening around you, which is divinely orchestrated to free you from the fear of not having enough finances, not being in the right relationships, not experiencing your freedom. The biggest release is around experiencing your true freedom and experiencing your true power. Anything that's been binding you, whether it's money, whether it's the philosophy that your parents passed on to you, whether it's expectations that your friends, your colleagues, your boss has on you, whether it's your own expectation from yourself, you are released. You're being released. I want to say that you are releasing yourself, but the goddesses are coming in and saying that we are releasing. It's a gift. It's a blessing onto you. They want to give this to you for the kindness that you have shown. There's this huge maturity about you. You were going the way the vision is, that you are going to all these dark places, what seems like in a hellish kind of an underground place. It's an underground place, really. And it's dark and it's muddy and it's foggy and marshy, and you're clearing, you're brooming the place, you're cleaning grubby areas, you have literally performed the dirty work that nobody else in the spirit world apparently was doing. Not in the we're all in the spirit world, in the way that you took on this mission, and now it's time for you to be free of this mission. Because I feel that, well, obviously being in an underground place like that, you were bound to certain karmic energies there, and now these karmic energies themselves are going to be the ones freeing you. They are going to liberate you. So hold on is all I want to say. Okay, so with that, I'm going to start with the Tree Wisdom Oracle. I connect very strongly with the tree spirits, actually. I don't know why I'm called to say this, but if any of you could recommend an oracle with which I can work, like specifically trees and plant oracle, I would be really obliged. We have people, you are going to be enlightened. Look, here's the thing. We all dream, right, in the spiritual world to have nirvana, to have moksha, to be enlightened, to be free of the cycle of life, death, birth. And for you, it's an actually scalable thing. It's actually possible. And when that happens, the first thing that breaks away is karmic relationship. Karmic relationship at the enlightenment level, it comes with a lot of attachment. It's like you are one person and the person in front of you is not bad at all. You are made of light, they are made of light, but you just have a karmic contract there. It can be attachment, it can be desire, it can be expectation, but there's a bond there. And mostly at the level of enlightenment, it's attachment. It's being attached to the person, not wanting to let them go. But I feel like the other person will give you an opportunity where you will get to make a clean cut from this relationship. And this sounds very selfish, but you will kind of look like the good person leaving this relationship, and you will get a chance like that for those who want to free themselves of this karmic relationship. In all levels, and I'm getting this from the goddesses, that in all levels there resides a level of karma in all relationships. So yes, all relationships are karmic in a way, but you have the capacity to be completely free of this particular matrix of relationships, which is karmic. They are saying that there's so much more that they would like to say about karma in relationships, but it is beyond the scope of this particular reading. Maybe I could do it in a raw channeling or something. And we also have the baobab. This is a reference to you holding space for others in time of crisis, in time of their need, helping them out in a place where everybody else had abandoned them, everybody else wanted to almost sort of like get rid of them, but you were the resource there. Again, I will take the classic example that you will often hear me say in my readings. That is, if there's a murderer, a criminal, a thief, it's very difficult for people to look at them and say, please forgive them, give them another chance. They're a good person. We believe in their goodness. Not everybody does that because it's too much of a risk to take. But you're not one of those people. Whether it's a person who has been flaky, flighty, undependable, whether it is a project or something that's difficult to believe in, whether it is, let's say, a charitable cause, which requires a lot of hard work, which requires a lot of sacrifice on your part, you've never shied away from it. And this is the reason you are being blessed. You are seen as one of the ruling people in the spiritual world. Although the goddesses, the mothers are saying that there is no as such like a ruling person, but there's this general sense of this person knows more, so we go to them for counsel. This person just has more authority because they have the right perspective on things. And that is you, group 3. You have the right perspective on things. I'm sorry if I call you group 2, because I feel the intermingling of energies from group 2 and group 3. So, wow, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Over and over, that's what I have to say. Maybe this is group 4 from my previous pile, because all I want to say is that you guys have been the shining stars upon this earth. You have been stars walking upon this earth, and Mother Earth is so glad to have you with her as she is your mother while you are incarnate here. So she's like super glad that she gets to be your mother and she gets to be your friend. And, your relationship with Mother Earth has been very beautiful, and not just spiritual, it has been emotional. And she's kind of thanking you for allowing her to have an emotional space in your life, instead of her just being a spiritual planetary entity. She's thanking you for that. You're definitely one of her really, really treasured children, all of you. I feel, such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. I'm super glad that I get to channel this. Lovely. Anyway, I'm going to jump to the tarot now. I have to record this so late at night because this is the only time that the traffic kind of stops. Oof. Okay. Right. Whoa. Oh, yay. We got the Knight of Cups. I'm getting drawn to the energy that was very similar to my previous reading. Not going to that. I just want to say that this activation, particularly for you, is for you to realize that you have matured in all emotional aspects. There is nothing more for you to conquer, learn, or understand in terms of emotions, especially when it comes to having perfect relationships with people. In a lot of ways, the goddesses, the mothers, see you having perfect relationships with many, many people in your life. You have perfected it. As a matter of fact, you have been the reason the relationship has often been perfect. For you, you could have been the one who does the like the scapegoating. You could have been a child that took on a lot of burden from the family, because from early on I see that you have been carrying the emotional load that other people have just been unable to carry. And there is no more load for you out there, because it is no longer part of your karma anymore. It just is not in your bank account. It's just not, is what I have to say. So a large part of your activation is going to be really accepting your own truth as who you are, which is a very complete, holistic individual, an individual who has completed a journey which came with a lot of struggles. You know more than anyone, Group 3, that it was not an easy journey, that it took a lot of courage for you to be where you are today, to continue living your life with hope and in the dream that, we will all be united in love and in light. And you carried that dream. And it was difficult because there were times where you could have been at a point where you were ready to give up everything, and the simple fact that you didn't, the resilience of that in itself is such a huge example that I feel this activation is really coming forth for this group as a very huge reward than just an activation or just a transmission or just like an initiation. This is a reward. Life moving forward will feel like a reward to you, so expect that energy. There will be 1,000 doors opening for you that you thought would never open, or you'd have to work for them to open for you, but they will open automatically. Be open, be receptive of that energy, because when opportunity knocks, you have to answer. All you have to do is walk through the door will be open for you. Believe in luck is what I want to say. Believe in luck. You will not fail. But of course, the King of Cups, I told you. See, oh my God, I love it when this happens. When I haven't flipped a card and I flip a card and it just confirms what I've been yapping about. So I told you, right, that from the Knight of Cups, you're the King of Cups now. You've graduated. You've got to perfect your emotions. You've got to learn this about your emotions. You've got to be mature or kind, or you've got to be patient with this person. You've done all of that. You're the king. You're the king now. There's nothing more for you to do. As a matter of fact, you're a king who has ruled well. You are a king who has given to its people everything they could. It's time for you to really kind of pass on the throne to someone else. Maybe, I don't know how exactly you will go about passing on the throne. Some of you could be taking more of like a teacher role, where you're preparing somebody, taking disciples is the word they're giving me. Taking disciples, teaching others, spreading your message. Or maybe you're just going to take a more laid back approach, like the King of Cups right here. Just sitting somewhere and relaxing with your cup of coffee or whatever it is that you like to drink, just enjoying your wealth. But that's the main focus here. Enjoy your wealth. I love this for you, yeah. I knew it, that you've matured from the whole emotional thing, that you understand the gravity of all emotions. There's nothing more for emotions to teach you. You've learned everything that they have to teach. How amazing is that? When an energy like this enters, I'm like, I have the word now, I'm extremely giddy. That's what I am. It makes me wonder what all you've been through. Makes me want to speak with you, sitting on a chair, just listening to your stories. With the Queen of Swords, and we have the 5 of Coins, and we also have the 10 of Batons. So I haven't decided the title of the video yet, but they're giving me the title. They're saying it's total activation. This message for you, it's going to be about total activation of your powers. This is it. This is all that you have to do. You've crossed all the gates. You have to cross. You've fought all the battles you've had to fight. This is the total activation for you. This is the absolute realization of the potentials for you. Potential for you. And potentials, I said, because I feel that for many of you, you have multiple gifts, but you look at those gifts and wonder what you can do with them, or if they're gifts at all. But there's a reassurance here that there are certainly gifts. They're very strong, powerful gifts that you have. And they keep saying total activation, total activation. I wonder what that means. They're also saying that look around you, and if you see any kind of scarcity, if you see any kind of lack mindset or poverty, or you feel that any part of your life needs to change, it needs to still see the light, it needs to be richer, grander, more abundant, just make up your mind about it. Just take one decision and work in that direction. It will work out. Whatever direction, if this is love life, romance, whatever this is, look at it, make up your mind about it, and you say that this is exactly what I want. It will be given to you. It will be granted to you. All your burdens, I literally see spirit beings, and these are like little fairies, pixies, kind of like flying in, and your body will suddenly feel lighter. For many of you, this will physically happen, because I just see them not just taking, like, I could say that they're taking your burden from you, but they're quite literally holding you. There's like 6 or 7 of them kind of holding you from different places, and then lifting you up. So you're just going to feel like you're floating and not just flying, because you don't have to use your wings. They're even going to help you fly. You don't even have to like put the effort to fly. The universe is going to, I don't know, do the flying for you. It's almost like they really want you to just sit back, relax, and have a great time. Enjoy, sit in the sun. And this is kind of like taking me back to my experiences. Today, when I was recording this video, I was so adamant about recording it within this day itself. And usually, I don't like to put that pressure on myself because it deteriorates the quality of the message. But I was looking at the sunshine outside, and for many days, I haven't been able to enjoy the sun as I want to. And that's because I've been so caught up with all kinds of obligations towards my family, towards my work, even my work on YouTube. Even though I do it with a lot of love, it does take its toll on me. And I was like, I am going to finish up my reading today itself, and tomorrow I'm going to dedicate it to nature, to enjoying myself, because that's where I discovered my divine self. It was in nature, it was in sunlight, it was among the trees, in the forest, it was in the mud, in the grass. That's where I discovered myself, and I wanted to go back there, and I needed to be free of my obligations. And for me, maybe it is just tomorrow that I will be free, but for you, this is happening for the rest of your lifetime. For most of you, at least, if you're resonating with this, claiming this, you believe what I say here, then yes, for many of you, this is for the rest of your lifetime, that you just get to sit back, relax, and enjoy life. And it is in the enjoyment of life that all the miracles will unfold further. I'm going to take just one last card for you. And if you hear any noise, it's again my father doing his business. I really don't know what he's doing. I'll have to sneak into his room to see that. But his room is very close to mine, and I can practically hear all his, I don't know, whatever he's up to. Okay, we do have the 7 of batons. It's interesting that we are ending with the number 7 for you, because number 7 talks about somebody who's been put through a lot of spiritual tests. 7 is a number that I've often seen that a lot of people who are skeptical about spirituality in the beginning of their life, they often have the number 7. Like, they have a sudden spiritual awakening, and once they do, it's like they ascend super fast. Like, even if somebody has been on this path for years and years, usually number 7s, whenever they're initiated, they like make that leap faster than anybody else. So this is like a confirmation for you that if you feel that, oh, well, I've just had my spiritual awakening, how can I be as ascended as these people who have been on their awakening for basically like hundreds of years virtually? How can I be as great as them? That's just how the power of energy works. It isn't translated into the 3D where it can be measured up in years and etc. Energetically, you must have been on different planets. You must have been, even as a light being, you must have been helping human beings. Because even as light beings, we have this chance to completely relax and just enjoy our light existence, or to intervene again and again upon places like Earth, to intervene and to be of help. And if that is something that you've done on and on and on, then if you incarnate on the earth, even for a brief amount of period, you will ascend really rapidly, faster than anybody else, right? So for anyone here having any kind of imposter syndrome, and I just felt the urge to breathe away the energies, I have to like take a very quick breath, like to breathe away. Yeah, I feel like a dense energy tugging me if I do. So it's just like a belief in your mind where you feel that I've got more to achieve spiritually to feel like a master, more to achieve or more to accomplish. There's this inherent feeling that I don't deserve it yet. I'm not deserving. I'm not good enough. There's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with me. Actually, I said something wrong with you because I just heard somebody say that in a way that they were saying it to you. And that's another thing that I want to say, that many people have projected on you, like bullied you. It's definitely, I sense a lot of bullying and a lot of passive. Like, it's like they're making fun of you and they're friends, but it's absolutely rude what they're saying. But you just play along. And this activation, and I saw 333 again. Wow. I just heard with this activation, it's time for you to take the ultimate, the total action against such bullies and people who have similar energies, who project their negativities onto you. Take complete total action against them, completely reject them from your field, block them, don't talk to them, never ever maintain like contact with them, like completely go cold turkey if you have to, but just don't give them any hold over you at all whatsoever. Even if you are your own bully, these thoughts are going away with this particular activation. And that's the message that I have for you, group 3. I really hope that this was helpful to you in any capacity. If you liked what I said here, I would appreciate it if you could like the video and comment your experience. I love your comments and this helps my channel. And if you are new, consider subscribing, because that way I can get in more energies and channel more for you. Even if you cannot do any of that, I love you so much and I'm so grateful that you're here with me right now. I hope we get to connect again soon. Until then, namaste, take care.